Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jake the Fate, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review and demo on this Schecter Machine Gun Kelly signature guitar. Here I have the Machine Gun Kelly, real life name Colson Baker, his signature guitar. And if you guys don't know who Machine Gun Kelly is, he's an artist that went from rap music to rock music and basically got endorsed by Schecter to make him his own signature guitar. Now what I'm going to do, like what I always do, is I'm going to take this to the workbench, and I'm going to take everything apart, and I'm going to show you guys spec by spec what this guitar brings, all the cool features it has, give you guys a little demo on how this guitar sounds, and then I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on this guitar. The body on this guitar is made out of alder with a maple neck and an ebony fretboard. It's a 25.5 inch scale length with a 14 fretboard radius, so it's really flat, really good for shredding and stuff. It's got a 42mm nut width, and this is a Graphtec XL Tusk nut in black. You got a pretty good quality nut right there. You've got 22 jumbo frets here, and they're not stainless steel, they're like nickel or something. And honestly, the fret job on this thing is not the greatest. They do stick out a little bit. You guys can hear that? For the price range, you know, they should have looked at this a little bit closer because it's pretty sharp. You got pretty sharp fret ends here. Someone like, like me or anybody that works on guitars, that'll be an easy fix. But if you just want to buy this guitar to start playing and have no problems, this is probably going to be an issue. I don't know if they're all like this, but, this one, and it was brand new. It's got, pretty sharp edges here. Yeah, so the only inlay you have here is this double X, his little logo right here in pink, or as what they call it, their ticket to my downfall, pink, hot pink, whatever you guys want to call it. So there's no other inlays on this except for that. And on his guitar, it does have the word sellout. Like, I don't know if that's like an inlay or you put that there, I don't know. Here, it's, this is the only pink part on your headstock right here. And the logo is actually in pink too. With a little bit of white on it. You have one string tree for the E and the B string. So in terms of electronics here, very simple, very Eddie Van Halen style. Just one humbucker, one master volume. That's it. And he's got this kill switch thing going on here, which honestly it's pretty tough to try to do some effects with it because it's like you have to really press it down. And there's a video that went viral on this kill switch thing. From a guy that worked at Guitar Center.
That's my day job. Today we got an interesting new guitar.
Oh.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes.
Signature Schecter.
Yes.
This guitar is a pretty interesting
guitar.
feature. It's called a kill switch. For
Well, hold on one second.
You flip this in the down position.
You reverse engineered it to go like this.
Completely silent.
Because when you go down, it's on.
How does MGK use this in his live performances? Let's go take a look.
Oh, tell me.
Okay, Exhibit A. Let's zoom in, shall we?
Sure.
Clearly in the down position
Yes,
here, but
down, because that's when it's on.
When
it goes up.
Playing music videos, so let's find a live one,
That's when
shall
it's
we?
off.
Surely it's up in a live photo, right?
I only play my guitar live.
Okay, Exhibit B. He's definitely playing here.
It
Let's
is.
zoom in.
You should go watch the performance. You can clearly hear it
definitely
live.
Still in the down position.
Yes, because it's on.
Surely there's some out there where it's not like that, right?
Oh, sure.
Exhibit C. Come on, MGK. Don't
You're wearing a Liquid Death hat. I'm also a part owner in that company, so you're promoting me while hating on me. Continue, though.
If you work on guitars like he said he did, you would have known that from the start. Like I would have known it because I know how to wire up a guitar, that it would have just been backwards. But yeah, you just got one master volume, one kill switch, and one pickup. So all I'm gonna do now is just take off the strings, show you guys what's under the hood here, and get into a little bit into the details of what's going on. All right, so here you have 5 stripes or lines, whatever you want to call them, in pink. And, at first I thought it was 6 because of the strings, but I realized that it's between the strings. So it's actually 5, it's not 6. And then this bridge here, like, there's no brand on it or anything. Black Telecaster fixed bridge here. It's a string through body. You can see the ground right here that goes to the bridge. And the pickup here is a Pasadena Plus bridge pickup in pink. To match the guitar. Screw poles and the slugs here are in black, so that's pretty cool. And it's not like a Machine Gun Kelly signature pickup here. If you guys want to know a little bit of an origin story of the Pasadena Plus pickup, originally it was Designed as a custom pickup for Zachy Vengeance from Avenged Sevenfold. And how do I know that? I just know everything about Avenged Sevenfold. It's basically a Pasadena on steroids, is what they say. It's a very awesome pickup. And if you guys don't believe me, right there on their website, originally designed as a custom pickup for Avenged Sevenfold's Zachy Vengeance. Yeah, so it's a great pickup, I'm telling you guys. Don't blame Machine Gun Kelly for having this in his guitar. You know, it's an Alnico 5 pickup, and let's check the reading on this thing. So this pickup reads 17.11 k ohms. So it's an extremely, extremely hot pickup. It's hot. And since this pickup has an Alnico 5 magnet in it, you know, you get more upper mids without it sounding scooped. So it's like, you know, really, really nice. So you get pinch harmonics, you get squeals, you get all that good stuff out of this pickup. And I absolutely love it, dude. Like, this has become my favorite pickup. I might order another one to put in my other guitars because I've just had like a huge hard-on for like Seymour Duncans and EMGs. Aside from the Sinister Gates pickup, this is probably the second one that I've tried, and it is phenomenal. I love it. So, you know, a great pickup on this guitar. Can't go wrong with it. That's the route you get in there. But yeah, I noticed this over here. Obviously, you got fingerprints from like, because this is like a satin finish, so you know you're gonna get these prints. Like I always say with satin finish guitars, microfiber cloth takes it right off. But anyways, and plus I have sweaty hands. Notice this here, that this, I feel like since it's like on the edges over here, right there too, that when this bridge is on, or like when they put it, it must have just like compressed it and like cracked the finish right here. You know, that's the nature of the beast when it comes to things like that. You can't control that. So that unfortunately happened to this guitar. It's not on every guitar, I believe. So you got this knurled black, good quality metal knob over here. Yeah, very good quality, very smooth. Here's that infamous kill switch. Very simple. You know, you got an awesome pickup on this thing. That's pretty much all you really need. Machine Gun Kelly, he's a rhythm guitar player. You know, he just got his lead guitarist, Sophie Lloyd. So, you know, I don't think he really needs to have a neck pickup on this thing because he's always just in the bridge position. And it is a flat top. There's no like belly cut or anything, which I really wish I had that. And I was telling this thing to my nephew the other day. I wish I had like a little bit of an arc or something, but unfortunately it's just all flat. Like with the Harley Benton Telecaster review I did, that one had a nice little arc to it, and I wish this thing had it, but it's just a flat top. So back here, you know, you got your quarter size potentiometer right here. Very simple, like I said. These on their guitars, and the kill switch right here. And if you want to coil split this, you can. As you guys can see right here, you got these 2 extra wires to coil split this pickup. You want to put either the push-pull potentiometer, or if you want to switch this out for a coil splitting pot or switch. Honestly, I think you could just do that to this. Just take this off, make this your coil split. To coil split it on, to coil split it off, which, you know, if you don't like the kill switch thing, you could just literally do that, and there you go. You have 2 different tones. So back here, you have this nice belly cut right here. Man, and I freaking love satin, man. Like, this neck feels amazing. But, yeah, you got this nice belly cut over here. You get this contour for your axes over here. And you got this right here. That's what I love about this guitar specifically, that it doesn't have the plate. You have this little contour over here. So, you know, it's not just like a square block. Yeah, straight through, like what I said. And these things don't come off like, you know, most of the cheaper guitars. Pulling it out, imagine, just flies off. A C-thin shaped neck with a 14-inch radius fretboard. Man, like, this thing shreds. Over here on the headstock, you actually get locking Schecter tuners over here, which is really, really awesome. And the only thing that is, if you're doing this like with your guitar, if you're restringing it with your guitar, you know, facing normally, and you know, you just unwind this, it'll come right off. So, you know, just be careful with that. You know, don't go all the way. But, you know, you get locking tuners, which is amazing. You know, and these are like the mini ones. Nothing really fancy going on there. No writing or anything. You can't see the alder body, which looks really nice. And that's pretty much it. Now, all that's left to do is just string this thing up, give you guys a demo, and give you guys my final thoughts on this guitar. There it is, the Machine Gun Kelly signature guitar. Now, when this guitar first came out, it was very, very controversial in the guitar world. A lot of guys were saying, why is Machine Gun Kelly getting a guitar from Schecter? Like, why are they endorsing him? You know, because if you look at the roster, on the Schecter artist roster, you just basically got metal players. Like, every guitarist or bass player is like a metal player. So it was weird seeing Machine Gun Kelly just thrown in there. But you also have to think about it in the business aspect. They see the name Machine Gun Kelly and they're saying, well, he's doing rock music, let's make some money. So this guitar, to be honest with you guys, is honestly one of my favorite guitars that I have right now. You know, it's probably top 5. It plays freaking amazing. The pickup, the Pasadena pickup, amazing. The neck profile, everything about it, it's just amazing. And I love telly styles. But like I said, the only QC problem that I saw was the fret ends on this guitar. And to be honest with you guys, for the price point, that's kind of like unacceptable, because you're paying almost $1,000 for this guitar. At that price range, you kind of want QC to be, you know, spot on. On a budget guitar, like a $200, $300 guitar, you really can't complain. But for something like this that you're paying that much money for, you kind of want everything to be, you know, at least in mint or really good condition. So he's got a lot of guitars in his collection, but the ones that we can actually buy is the pink and black one, which is like the body's all pink. They call it the Ticket to My Downfall pink. And then, you know, it's the pickup is black with the, or I think, is it black? I don't remember. But, yeah, and then this one's just reverse of that. It's just like a satin black with the pink. So the first time I ever heard about Machine Gun Kelly was through wrestling, believe it or not. I think he got like power slammed or like thrown off. Right there was like the first time that I ever saw him. But my wife, she's the one that actually got me really into it, because I wasn't that impressed with like his rap stuff. I was like, you know, okay. And he had that whole little beef thing going on with Eminem. And, you know, that's something you don't do. You know, you don't poke a bear. You don't mess with God. You don't do any of that stuff. And unfortunately he did. And a lot of people were saying that the reason why he turned to like rock music was because of that. But he was working on his like rock music before that even happened. So I've actually came to respect, you know, his music and who he is as a person, because, you know, nobody in their right minds would go from doing rap to what he's doing now, you know, doing rock, and especially in the way that he's doing it, going with the whole pink theme thing, because you know what they say, pink is the new black.
Pink is the new black. When we all know that the fucking black is the new black. Silly French.
But what really intrigued me was, like, if you hear his older stuff, he did feature Matt Shadows and Sinister Gear out there. You know, there's videos of him butchering solos. There's videos of him playing amazing solos. It goes to show that he knows his pentatonic scales and he knows his chords, his power chords. So at the end of the day, he's trying to push the rock scene to basically become mainstream again. No pun intended. But what he's doing is something great, because he's basically either bringing his like rap fans to liking rock music, or he's getting a new fan base of just rock fans. And that is just amazing. So something I did notice, that on his album cover, on his guitar, he actually had a humbucker on the bridge and on the neck, and he had a master volume and a master tone and a toggle switch. I feel like that was probably like his prototype, and he like, it was like a regular guitar, and then he was like just painted pink. And it's always cool to see not your typical metal guitar player or like rock guitar player playing the guitar. You know, guys like, you know, Machine Gun Kelly, guys like Post Malone, guys like Mac Miller, rest in peace, and they can play the guitar phenomenally. And it's just cool to see, because you're like, whoa, that's not what we're used to. So it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. Now, is this guitar worth almost $1,000? I would have to say, let's say you take away the name Machine Gun Kelly that he's associated with this guitar, take away the pink, if you guys want to take away the pink. You guys have a Telecaster shaped body with the Pasadena pickup, master volume, and the kill switch, leave or take it. The guitar is amazing, like straight up amazing. But since it's like a signature guitar, I'm pretty sure they had to put like either a $200 or $300 premium, you know, for the name. So I feel like that's why it's that expensive. Is it worth getting one of these? I would have to say yes and no. The guitar plays amazing. Like, yeah, sure, you can get yourself a, without it being Machine Gun Kelly's signature, But if you're a fan and you want to get his guitar, then obviously that's a no-brainer. But honestly, this guitar, it really plays amazing. I've came to really like this guitar. It's honestly one of my top 5 guitars that I'm constantly going back to. Obviously, my Sinister Gates guitars and a couple of other Jacksons. But this guitar, I keep coming back to it because the way this pickup sounds and the way the guitar plays, it's phenomenal. And it's funny because when you have a certain guitar, right? Let's say you have either Eddie Van Halen or Slashes or Sinister Gates. You have that guitar and you kind of just want to play in their style, in that specific guitar, you know? But with this guitar, sure, you can play Machine Gun Kelly music. Honestly, to me, it rips. Like it sounds heavy. It's freaking amazing, dude. Like honestly, like I was amazed. At first I was like, but you know, after playing it for a while and actually enjoying it, I give it a 9 out of 10, to be honest. Because, you know, it's a Schecter guitar and I love Schecter guitars. So you already know it's going to be a good guitar. Now, people are obviously going to stir away from it because of, you know, the pink and it being Machine Gun Kelly's guitar. But like I said, you know, you take away the name, it's a great playing guitar. Great playing guitar. I would honestly say that they should have priced it for at least $600-700. Around there. Maybe $5. But that's up to them. But honestly, if you guys are a Schecter collector like myself, go for it. You know, go and grab yourself one of these just to have it in your collection. I hope you guys found this video useful in any way, shape, or form. If you guys are interested in trying to get yourself one of these, if you guys were thinking about getting it and you guys were kind of iffy about it because, you know, what it is, I would honestly say get it because, like I said, it's just a great playing guitar. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because this is all I do. Guitar reviews, builds, anything guitar related, wiring stuff. I did just get the Sinister Gates Gold Burst. If you guys are interested in me doing a review and demo on this guitar, let me know in the comments. I did already do his OG one, you know, the black and silver one. So if you guys want to see me do this one, I'd be more than happy to. It is a little bit different. It's got his Invader Seymour Duncan on it, so it sounds different. You know, most people are gonna be like, "Oh, what's the difference?" But yeah, you know, it's got his Invader in it. So if you guys want to see me do this one, let me know. But yeah, I got other few Schecters that I do have in mind to actually do a review on. And I got some Jacksons. I got a bunch of cool stuff coming up. If you guys want to see all that, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's a wrap, boys. It's a wrap. Not you, MGK, you know, because Eminem.